Hi students, welcome back to the new semester. I hope you had a fun break. Today, I want you to use your white workbooks, okay? Your white workbooks. We are going to look at page 36. So page 36 in your white workbook, okay? Page 36. Before we do this work, I will explain a little rule, a grammatical rule in English, and that is when we are talking in the negative, in the past continuous, in the first person or third person, we use this. So I wasn't, if it's me, I wasn't in Thailand in the holidays. Yeah, I wasn't in Thailand. I was in England. Yeah. So me, I wasn't in Thailand. If it is he or she, it is also wasn't. He wasn't happy yesterday. Yeah. She wasn't at the party for Halloween. She wasn't. She was not at the party. He was not happy. I was not in Thailand. Okay? So I, he or she wasn't. If it's in the past, continuous and negative. If we talk about many people, so more than one person, if we say they, yeah, they, or Teacher Joe and Teacher Cher, yeah, so more than one person, Teacher Joe and Teacher Cher weren't in England with me. Yeah, they weren't. They were not. So if it is more than one person, in the past, continuous and negative, we say weren't. So they weren't. Teacher Joe and Teacher Cher weren't. I wasn't. He wasn't. She wasn't. Okay? So they weren't in England with me. They weren't here. Teacher Joe and Teacher Cher, they weren't with me in the holiday. Yeah. If you need to write some examples, then you can write examples on a piece of paper in your notebook. So more examples can be, I wasn't wearing a jacket in the holiday because the weather was good. Yeah, the weather was good. So I wasn't wearing a jacket. Yeah. Teacher Ploy and Teacher Icy weren't in school during the holiday. Yeah, they were not in school. They weren't in school. They were with their family at home. Yeah, they weren't at school. They were with their family. Okay, understand? I hope so. Okay, so watch this again if you need more help. Okay, One more example. The aliens weren't from planet Earth. Yeah? The aliens were not from planet Earth. So the aliens that visited last year, they visited Manchester last year, aliens, they weren't from planet Earth. Where were they from? They were from outer space. Yeah, they were from outer space. They weren't from planet Earth. Okay, so today's activity, I think, will be easy now because I explain the rule. So we have some questions at the bottom of page 36. So numbers 1 to 4. Mark a tick or a cross next to the 4 statements. So number 1, Carol was reading a book in her room. Carol was reading a book in her room. So number 1, is Carol reading a book here? Was Carol in her room? No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't. So look and mark, tick or cross. Cross. Okay, so answer the next 3 questions. Was Lucas talking on the phone? Was Lucy and her mum baking? Oh, were Lucy and her mum baking? More than one person, so we say were. Were they baking? And number 4, was Liam playing video games? Was he playing video games? Okay, so look at the 4 pictures and mark with a tick or a cross. And then underneath, write sentences using wasn't or weren't. So write sentences using wasn't or weren't. So again, what weren't the people doing last night at 8 p.m? So number 1, Carol. So she was playing a guitar. What wasn't she doing? Yeah, she wasn't playing games. Yeah, example, she wasn't playing games last night. Okay, and then Lucas. What wasn't Lucas doing? Let's get some with many people. Lucas and Lucy, Carol and Liam. So look at the pictures and give me examples. What weren't they doing? This is what they were doing. So what weren't they doing? There can be many different answers. Yeah, many different answers. They weren't dancing. Yeah, nobody here is dancing. So we can say Lucas and Lucy weren't dancing. Yeah. They weren't meeting aliens. Yeah, nobody was meeting aliens here. Yeah, so think of different answers. So there are many different answers, okay? It is what they were not doing. So you will all have different answers. Yeah? You will all have different answers. He wasn't on the internet. Yeah? She wasn't partying. Yeah? Okay, good luck. I will see you on Friday for our Zoom class. So we will have our Zoom class every Friday. Okay? We will have Zoom every Friday. Well done. Thank you. And see you on Friday. See you on Friday. Goodbye.